Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Bolt and Hammer YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to give a quick roundup of some of the Kill Team news, as there's been several new sets announced since my last video. First, the Hivestorm box does look like it's still available as I'm recording this on October 24th. I received mine and had a lot of fun building all the models and terrain. I've not had a chance to play or paint them yet, as I'm in the middle of a long distance move for work, and try as I might, I just could not fit that giant box in my little hatchback. So it is on the moving truck somewhere, not here. I'll post some videos, hopefully later next week or more likely earlier the week after, about the set and playing Kill Team as soon as I can. But suffice to say, it is awesome. It does come with two really iconic kill teams, playboard, tons of terrain, dice, rulers, loads of kit, counters, and some really beautiful lore and rule books. It is, of course, a bit pricey, going for about 280 Canadian dollars, 230 US dollars direct from Games Workshop. Though, as I've mentioned a few times, you should be able to pick it up for less than that from your local game store or a third-party game retailer. I can tell you I did not pay that much for my set. Second, a new Kill Team starter set was announced last week, and contrary to my expectations, it was not just a slimmed down version of the Hivestorm box. In fact, I think a lot of you who got interested in 40K through the Space Marine 2 video game may actually prefer the starter set to Hivestorm. It's basically the Space Marines, the Ultramarines, versus the Death Guard Chaos Space Marines. The Angels of Death, or the Ultramarines, are based on the Space Marine Intercessor unit from the 40K game, with a number of specialists, including a sniper, heavy gunner, and melee assault. It also features a captain, a sergeant, and two more general warriors. The Plague Marines, are likewise based on the Plague Marine unit for the Death Guard in the full 40K game. Their specialists include a heavy gunner, a fighter, a malignant plague caster, and a bombardier. Also included are a Plague Champion, a Plague Marine icon bearer, and a warrior. I think this set is interesting because that it does come with much more terrain than the previous Kill Team starter set, which you may still be able to find at some stores. The difference, though, is that this terrain in the new Kill Team starter set is made out of a stiff board called MDF, rather than the plastic terrain, such as what came with the Hivestorm box, which is a bit more typical for what Games Workshop tends to sell for themselves. This MDF terrain will be easy to assemble. I think they just slide to fit, and so you can easily assemble and disassemble it. And it's also pre-printed with designs, so you don't need to paint it. So this is on top of all of the usual starter kit goodies, including dice, rulers, playboard, etc. Lastly, it does include a book on learning how to play Kill Team, which I was surprised to find that the Hivestorm box does not include. It might be posted online at some point in the future, but no confirmation on that. I should also mention that all of the models included in the set are push to fit, which means that you don't need to glue them together. So that they're very easy for beginners to put together who may not be familiar with how to build plastic models, 40K or otherwise. Prices haven't been officially announced yet, but from what I'm seeing online, it's expected to go for about $112 US dollars from Games Workshop, with a significant discount likely available through other stores as usual. It'll be a much more affordable way to get started in Kill Team if Hivestorm is out of your budget. Lastly, there's a new season box called Brutal and Cunning coming soon, which will feature Ratlings from the Imperial Guard versus Wreck-A-Crews from the Orcs. This is not a starter set and will not include the core rulebook, dice, rulers, playmat, etc. Games Workshop releases these new Versus boxes for Kill Team every few months as part of a larger narrative. The current narrative launched with Hivestorm, which features the Imperium fighting with the Tau over control of this massive gun based on a planet. The Orcs are looking to take advantage of the Imperium being distracted by the Tau to launch their own bid for control over the gun, to be able to shoot things, loot it, whatever Orcs love to do. But they're being fended off by the Imperium's littlest defenders. The Ratlings are essentially hobbits, complete with bare feet, who excel at sneaking and sniping. They even come with a battle map, which I think is very cute. The Orcs are characteristically a bit more in your face, with rocket pistols, rocket hammers, rocket launchers, and bomb squigs with rockets strapped to the top of them. The set will also include some terrain, which works with the Hivestorm terrain. Which of these sets is right for you? If you can find a Hivestorm box and can afford it, it's tough not to recommend. I'm really dying to play my set and I can't wait for it to arrive. But that lack of learning how to play Kill Team rulebook and models that require a little bit more patience to put them together with glue, as well as a bit more choices on how to put them together, that may feel a bit more daunting for someone perhaps like yourself who's wants to get into 40K but is maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed by everything. It's not the hardest game to learn, 40K, Kill Team, any of these game modes. So it shouldn't be seen as a deal breaker if you can't get the Learn to Play Kill Team rulebook or whatever. But just keep it in mind. The Kill Team starter set is probably a better choice if you're an absolute beginner or if you're a bit more budget constrained. I would not really recommend the Brutal and Cunning set to beginners, as it lacks a lot of the basics you need to get started to playing, such as the playmat, dice, rulers, etc. But for more established players or for those who manage to pick up a Hivestorm box, it does look really, really attractive. Now, all of that said, if you find the models in one of these box sets to be absolutely must-haves and you can't wait for them to be released individually in their own boxes, go for it. It won't be impossible to start with any of these three. You just might have to work a little bit harder to get up to speed on the rules, to get your models built, or maybe spend a little bit more money on some of the basics like equipment or terrain. That about wraps it up for today. Please be sure to hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you're planning to pick up as you begin 40K Kill Team. Thanks, and see you next time on the Bolt and Hammer YouTube channel.